what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a super hot minute since I last made a video, but honestly, I don't even have a good excuse. I just haven't been doing videos, so what can I tell you? But anyway, here I am. Hello, welcome back to me, welcome back to you. In this video, I am going to briefly discuss calendula, which is an herb, and I'm gonna basically show you guys how to make a salve, and it's also my first time making it, so it'll be a learning experience together. So let's get right into it. For those of you who don't know what calendula is, it's a flower, and it's from the marigold family. So this is what it looks like dried. Can you see that? Yeah, so I've actually been meaning to do this for a really long time. But you know, life happens. So I'm glad I'm finally prioritizing and getting this done. I have already made a oil. I have some calendula oil here, which is just an infused oil, and that's the key ingredient when making a calendula salve. You need calendula oil. So here I have my oil. Ignore the coconut oil label. Obviously it's not coconut oil. I just repurposed this jar. So here you have the calendula flowers, the dried calendula flowers, and this has been infusing in olive oil. So I'll just get like a really good quality organic olive oil. So typically you would let it infuse for 4 weeks, but I'm a freak and this has been infusing since March. Wow. So that's March. 5 months. This is some potent ass calendula oil right here. Woo. Okay, whatevs. So what should we talk about first? Do you want to hear some of the benefits of calendula oil? Do you want to know why the heck you should be using it? Or do you want to just get right into the DIY portion of this video? I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow on this one. So, calendula can be used both internally and externally. This video is mainly going to focus on the external uses of calendula oil, because I'm making the salve, obviously, which is for external use. Okay, so I have my notes here because it's hard to remember everything. And properties of calendula. It's antimicrobial. Wow, microbial. Antimicrobial. You know what I mean, right? It's anti-inflammatory, it's antifungal, it is a blood cleanser, and a wound healer. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera, but speaking of wound, I think I got a little one on my leg. Okay, so I actually want to tell you guys a little bit about the internal uses of calendula, just because I don't know if I'm actually gonna make another video about it later on. So I will be reading from this book, Herbal Remedies. Okay, so it says, digestive disorders. Taken internally, best as an infusion, calendula may be used to help heal inflammatory problems throughout the digestive tract, including peptic ulcers and gastritis. Due in part to its antifungal properties, it will aid recovery from gastrointestinal infection, especially when linked to gut dysbiosis and candida. By the way, I'll probably make a video of this also. Candida is not just a yeast infection, as in like a vaginal yeast infection. Both men and women can have candida in your gut, and oh my god, that is a total bitch to get rid of, but it's possible. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. Candidiasis and Help to treat problems such as acne, throat infections, and mastitis. Which I don't know what that is, but I'll probably insert a bubble somewhere around here when I look it up. As an infusion, it combines well with herbs such as cleavers, red clover, and chamomile. So that's just some brief info on how it can be used internally, because I did mention that one of the benefits of calendula is it is a blood cleanser. So yeah, that is that. And if you're pregnant, do not use calendula internally without speaking to your physician, because calendula actually helps to stimulate your menstrual cycle. So if you're preggers, no, don't do it, stay away. But other than that, I wanted to make a calendula salve because it is really good for eczema. Oh my God. Who here has ever suffered from eczema? Raise your hand. Terrible. Worst experience of my life. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Like, I had no idea eczema was like such a bitch to deal with, but that's gonna be another video also. I keep talking about all these future videos that are coming, but believe me, they're coming. But yeah, so both of my nephews actually suffer from eczema as well, and I'm actually making this to send over to Florida. Alrighty, so let's get into the actual hands-on DIY portion. What you're going to need is some calendula oil. Like I mentioned, I've had this one infusing a while. You're going to need some beeswax. So I have like these beeswax pellets that I got from my favorite herb shop in the city. And that's pretty much it, folks. Honestly, that's what you need. Calendula oil and beeswax. Anything else is totally optional. You can tailor it however you want. I am going to add a few drops of lavender essential oil. Okay, you see that? Boom. And still debating, a little undecided. I may or may not add some rose hip seed oil as well, just because it's really good for your skin, very moisturizing. Okay, so let's get to it. All right. You're gonna need something to strain the oil into, like without the actual flowers. It could be a bowl, a jar, whatever. I'm using this really big measuring cup. Make sure that everything you're using is bone dry, okay? Like, you don't want any water anywhere. Like, you don't want it in here, you don't want it into the jar that you're transferring it to, because that will make your oil go rancid. I don't know, is that better? Whatever. Yeah, so make sure it's completely dry. You're also going to need some cheesecloth. This is a new one that I got. I don't remember where I bought it. Maybe Amazon, maybe the herb shop. Don't think I got it at Whole Foods. You could probably just use a metal strainer also, but this is all one piece. Holy cow. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. Way more than I expected. Okay. Yeah, you could probably just use like a metal strainer also, but you know, this is better because then you could like really get in there and like squeeze all of the oil from the flowers. I wonder if I should double this up. I don't know. It's my first time using one of these also, guys, so I'm learning, you're learning. This is a learning experience. Alrighty. Smells like olive oil and kind of earthy. Oh, my plan was to do like half at a time, but it all just went in there. Also, shout out to my fucking nails, dude, right? Hello. Alrighty, so squeeze and squeeze, squeeze, squeezy. You can actually just use the oil itself, like apply the oil to your skin. It doesn't have to be in a salve or a cream. Yeah. Speaking of which, like the difference between a calendula cream and a calendula salve, or any salve really, salves are fatty and semi-solid, and it is an oil base. Creams are usually like water based with an emulsifier, etc., etc. Okay. So I did mention that the purpose of these salves that I'm making is for eczema. I mean, you can also use it for psoriasis, any type of skin ailment really. Rashes, diaper rashes. It's really good for, yeah, so really good for any type of skin rashes or ailments. You can use it on sunburns, diaper rashes, nursing mothers. You can put it around your nips. Well, I actually got oil almost everywhere. It's really good for insect bites, bug bites. If you have like an open wound, it'll help slow down the bleeding or stop the bleeding. And since it is antifungal and microbial, it helps fight infections on open wounds. So this is great. Oh, I also read somewhere that it's good for varicose veins. So if you suffer from that, go for it. You can just rub it on your skin and it's like instant relief. Woo woo. So yeah. Now that I have the oil all strained and ready to go, separated from the actual flowers. Okay, don't reuse these, by the way. Toss them. You can throw them outside, put it back into the earth where it came from. Think the calendula. Hello, just thank it for like its purpose and everything that it's doing for you. Not to get like super like crunchy granola hippie on you, and I'm not going to go into like metaphysical properties of calendula, but you know, just always set your intention when you're trying to make something for healing purposes, you know? If not, it's just like, oh, here I am just making it, but set your intentions, positive intentions. Cool. So now that we have this, we are going to go into the kitchen, because that's where the magic happens. Alrighty folks, welcome to Mi Cocina, where the lighting is absolutely atrocious, so sorry in advance. What you're going to need is a double boiler to melt down the beeswax. I don't have a double boiler, so I'm going to show you exactly what I use. Like, you don't need that specifically. Turn this over this way. Okay. Got a pot with boiling water. I got a glass bowl, okay? You can use a stainless steel bowl. I'll move this out of the way, actually. Yeah, so there it is. There's that. This yielded about 1.5 cups of oil. For this recipe, I am only going to be using 1 cup. So let's go ahead and measure that out. Here we are. 1 cup. And the ratio for this is roughly 1 ounce of, I don't know if you can see that, 1 ounce of beeswax to 1 cup of oil. So I'm just gonna let this warm up a little bit. Slowly add this in. I'm not sure if I can get you any closer, but there it is. I'll probably just switch over and hold it already. Yeah, so here we are. Adding the beeswax, and it's slowly gonna melt down. So you can add some in, give it a little stir. You don't have to continuously stir it, but you know, you wanna make sure it's not getting too clumpy. Ooh, that looks funny. Look at the shapes it's making. Okay, so you're basically just gonna keep stirring occasionally until all the beeswax melts down. And I'll show you in 2 seconds what it looks like. Alrighty, so here we are. The beeswax is just about completely dissolved. Look at that. It's like it was never in there to begin with. Cool. So I'm gonna bring this off of the heat. I'm not gonna take this bowl out just yet because it's piping hot. Yeah, so we're gonna let it cool down just a tad before we transfer it over to our jars. Alrighty, we are back in my room because the lighting is slightly better. Alrighty, so here we have it. I transferred it back into this jar cup, this big old measuring cup. Just because it'll be easier for me to pour. I will be pouring them into these small containers. I'm not really sure how many ounces this is because there's no label on it, so that's that. I haven't added any of the lavender essential oil or the rosehip seed oil. You don't want to add essential oils to anything that's like piping hot because that will basically ruin the integrity of the essential oil. So you want to make sure that you let it cool down just a little bit. So oh, I forgot my freaking stir. I'll be right back. I'm back. You see, you don't even realize I was gone. Cool. So once it starts to cool, it'll start to solidify. So you see that color there, and then down at the bottom, that's the beeswax. So let's just give it a stir because I don't want it to get stuck. Yeah, it started to solidify before I transferred it to the jars. So let's give this a quick stir. Scrape any of it from the bottom. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some lavender drops. So 1, 2, 15. The lavender adds a nice scent, and lavender is also very calming. So we're going for a soothing skin balm, so lavender just makes sense. Alrighty. So there's a little jar. See that? See how it's like already solidifying? Woo! Hey girl, I need to hurry up. Oh my god. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's all good. Okay. Put that aside to cool. And now for this batch, I will be adding the rosehip seed oil. So I'm doing one with and one without. I'm just curious, you know. $15 drops of that. Just give it a stir. And pour. Alright, so I have some left over. I'm gonna keep these separated. Alright. I have some left over. I'm gonna go find another jar to put this in. And you know the oil the regular oil that was left over, just the infused oil? I just put it in a jar to be used, TBD. You can store this for up to a year. So again, this is just the infused oil, no beeswax, not a salve, just the oil. Alrighty, I'm gonna go find another jar to put the rest of this salve in and catch you later. Hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly show you what it should look like when it dries. So that's it. Looks really nice, right? It's a beautiful golden color, just like the marigold flower. And it actually smells really good, like better than I expected, honestly. I'm really glad it doesn't smell like olive oil. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. I'm going to be shipping it to Florida. So I'm going to be getting feedback on how well it works on those with skin conditions. But obviously you are welcome to try it at home. It's totally safe. It's all natural. And yeah, I mean, give it a shot. It's really easy to make. So obviously you would need the calendula oil. If you don't want to wait to infuse your own oil, you can buy it at like a health shop. Would be pretty expensive though, I'm not gonna lie, it gets expensive. So you're better off making your own if you don't need it urgently. But yeah, other than that, if you do end up trying this, I absolutely want to know how it turns out and how well it works for you. So please comment below. Comment below if you have any questions. And if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.